What is going on, guys? Okay, we're good. So, we are going to be filleting a fish for you guys today. We have our specimen right here. Okay. There we go. Greenback walleye. Perfect. So, most people, what they do is they get a fish and they do not know what to do with it. So, basically, identifying the fish, you got the gill plates here, you got the dorsal fin up here, pectoral fins. So the slab of meat is from the gill plate basically down to the tail. So that's the kind of cut that you're going to want to make, is kind of down here and all the way down. So there are two different ways of filleting fish. You can cut all the way down and just go under the ribs and take the ribs out with the piece of meat. I can do two examples for you. I can do that one and one around the ribs, which is, I find, is a little faster. So we're gonna do under the ribs first. So your first cut is gonna be lifting this fin up, this fin back here, under the fin, and as far up here as you can get, so you get the most meat out of your fish. A key point too of having is having a sharp knife, which is really nice for cutting fish. It just makes your life a lot easier. So now I made that cut just right down the middle there. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to go down the belly. Right to the butthole, right there. And then basically I'm going to come down the spine area. I'm going to turn my knife and I'm just going to go along like this. You will feel that rib cage. There's a whole bunch of ribs right here. You guys can hear that right there. That's the spine right there. So as long as you're rubbing against the spine, you're okay. And kind of have your knife kind of angled down just a little bit, just like that. Angled down a little bit so you get the most meat out of your catch. Keep on coming down, right to the tail. Boom, you can take that right off. So there's your first fillet. I kind of took the tail with it, and that's alright. You're just going to cut that off later. So, I don't have the chunkiest looking walleye, but it's got not much in the stomach anyways. So, there's one fillet of going that way. So, I'll teach you guys how to take out the rib cage after. But another technique that I have learned over the years is coming like this. Same cut, just as last time. Coming like that, but instead of going down the belly like this, you're going to want to go down the spine. So basically going down the spine as close to the fins as you can and as close as the spine as you can. You won't be able to feel it, but you're going to want to go as close to the spine as possible. Keep going, keep going. And you want to go past the ribs. I like this back fin here, and what I do is kind of angle it down, cut through. Again, angle your knife down all the way out through the tail. Boom. Now this is very thin, as you can tell, so you're not going to get, you got the most meat out of it, as you can tell. But now we have a slice down the spine right here. So what you're going to want to do is take this and just slowly with your knife go as close to the spine as you can and up, just like so. The slower you go, the accurate your knife is and the better fillet you will have, especially if you're going to give it out to customers at a fishing lodge or to friends and family, whoever it may be, or if you're like doing a gadding service. But yet again, you do also want to be a little fast. So you just want to keep on going with that knife. You will start to feel the ribs right away here. As soon as you feel that ribs, you always want to hear sounds like that. And you can also flip your knife over and feel the ribs there. Keep going. And then you get to a certain point where you kind of have to go up a little bit and around the ribs. And if you just keep peeling this piece of meat back, you can see a lot better. And then once you kind of get around the ribs, you can just go straight down. Straight down like that. And then try and get most of the belly meat as you can. Cut it like that. Simple, easy. And then this here, you're gonna want a garbage can. All you guys can see that. Put your leftovers in. So if you do have a big enough walleye, you can take the cheeks out, but this walleye is probably the perfect eating size, 16, 17 inches. So we'll throw the whole carcass away. And I know there's other things you can do too to keep it. You can do the wings of the fish or whatever you want to do. So now, since I not really messed up, but since I kind of went a little overkill, take these fins out just like so. Come out pretty easy. Same on this fish here too. So yeah, I recommend going around the ribs is a lot faster than having to cut the ribs out, because now with this fillet right here, all you have to do is skin it, take the Y bone out, and you're done. But with this one, you have to take the ribs out, take the Y bone out, and then skin it, and then you're done. So going around the ribs is definitely a lot faster. I definitely recommend it. It is a little harder, but once you learn it, you'll never go back. So we'll leave this one aside, since this one is all ready, and then we'll deal with this one. So this one, what I like to do, I haven't done this in so many years, but just go just above the ribs, just little cuts, very, very little, because this rib cage isn't very far down into the meat. So you're gonna wanna kind of angle your knife up, just like so. And I have my fingers on the knife so I can feel if I do run into any bones or anything like that. You can kind of hear the bones there as well. Kind of go up, down, and then a little bit more up, just like that. So see, I left a very minimal piece of meat there. That is exactly what you want to do. Just like so. And just keep going. And then kind of when you get to this stage, you'll kind of be running into a little bit of skin here, which is not good. So you're going to want to angle your knife up, put your hands on the ribs. What happened? So now I'm at this stage, cutting the rib cage out again, and then angling your knife up, and then there you go. That's the rib cage right there. Rib cage, rib cage. Now that can go away. So if you do feel a couple of bones, you can pick them out. But in the walleye, and I know there's also here for another species too, is that the Y bone runs just like this along here, probably till about here. I can feel it stop here. There's a little bit of skin here. You can also just tear that off as well. A little bit of spine there maybe. I want to take out any bones that you feel in it as well. Just cutting that out. It's not going to be perfect the first time you guys do it, so don't be like you have to get it done the best time. You know, go fishing, get a load of fish, and start doing it that way, right? So now what we're going to want to do is skin these. So basically what I do, I find easier. Sometimes I just go straight from the skin to the meat, but I kind of take a little bit of chunk of meat off, just like so. So I have a little tab to grab on. And then basically what I do is I run my knife along my fingernail, down like that, and then angle the knife that way. And basically grabbing this tongue here, angle your knife down, and just move the skin. It's a simple motion like this, and just keeping your knife angled down. So if I were to travel, and say I was doing this at a public boat launch or whatever, you do want to take a piece of skin off with the fillet. So if you ever do get pulled over by the RCMP or the conservation officers, they can identify which fish you've kept and how many you have. You should do that with every single fish that you have. It's a rule. But since I'm at my home and everything, I could just take it right off, and I will probably be doing a fish fry probably later. But just angle it down and clean it right off. And then there's your piece of meat. Boom. And then you can obviously clear off a little bit of meat like so. If you want to, make it look nice, make it look fancy if you're giving it out to people. And then there's your fillet right there. Perfect. That is probably the best fillet you can get, like with all the meat, the belly meat still attached and everything like that. So we're going to keep that over there. Throw the skin away. Now we're going to do the same thing with the other one. So now this one does not have any rib cage, so I can just go right ahead and go straight to skinning. And yet again, angle nothing in the knife, nothing moving the knife forward because you could mess up, go up, and take a chunk of meat off. So the best option you want to do is make that tongue and just hold it. Hold your knife down and then just move it. Just like that. See, I kind of grabbed a little bit of skin there. That's okay. But just moving it down just like so. Kind of did a bad job on that one, but that's okay. Flip it over. You got a little bit of belly meat. That's alright. No big deal. Yet again, having a sharp knife is really nice for making those small little cuts, like of skin or whatever that may be. Just like so. Now boom. You have one perfectly good fillet and another one. Perfect. So now the Y bone. So after you've done this skinning part, you can go around, feel any bones, pick out anything you want. But the Y bone, like I said again, is located right here along the walleye. So what I do is I take my finger and I rub it this way, and you will feel the bones. You can kind of hear them there too. Run it all the way past until you can't feel it anymore. I can't feel it here. Make a cut. Then I go on the top side of it, just like so. The top side of it, and then I go on the bottom side of it. Just like that. Kind of trim that piece of meat off, that's useless. And then trim that back, bring it all the way back, cut down, not into the meat, but just down enough so you can get that Y bone out, right there. That's filled with bones, and now you have a boneless fillet, right there. So there's one. Right here, two. Yet again, do the same thing, so you can't feel it anymore. Go below. And go above. Just like that. Boom. Voila. There's one piece of meat. And there's two pieces of meat. So that is one walleye. So one walleye I feel like could probably fill up maybe one person, because you can either A, cook it straight like this, or you can cut it up into chunks and serve it that way. Yeah, cutting up into chunks is a lot easier for people, like just if you want to hand out food and stuff like that. But yeah, basically that's the belly meat there. Trim any excess off, and yeah, now you can get the chunk in. You can chunk it if you want to have a fish fry right away, but we're not going to have a fish fry right away, so we're just going to keep it like this. And yeah, that's pretty much it. And sometimes if you see like a little bit of blood there, that will cook out, but sometimes you can just trim that off if you really want to, if you're that picky. But other than that, that is pretty much it. There's not the best fillets I've ever done. If you get me in prime summertime, perfect, because I've been doing this all summer, but a little rusty. But yeah, that's basically how you fillet 2 walleye. So that was pretty simple. Thanks for guys for watching, and yeah, we'll see you in another one.
Okay, I'm gonna start to get this one.
Oh, I don't have an SD card.
Oh my god!
Don't worry, I'll be 2 seconds.
Do my dick. Okay, move! Pretend I'm not here, that's the whole point of it. Oh my god. Freaking stop. Oh, small. Can we go? Whoa.
Oh, you pooped my pants. Wait, is it going? Oh, okay. Thank you guys for watching today's video. Make sure... Alrighty, thank you guys for watching today's episode. I can't understand you like this.
Okay. Okay, go back to where you were.
Oh my god. Okay, just stare at the camera. Don't go over and stand like this. Just stare like that, okay? Okay, hold on.
Get your giggles out.
I'm trying. can't even look at you. Just look at the other way. Okay. Get out of the room. I can't do it. Don't make any sounds, I swear to God. Oh my God. Thank you guys for watching today's episode. Hopefully that helped a little of me explaining how to clean a greenback walleye. It's relatively simple. You can use those 2 methods that I taught you. Yeah, make sure to subscribe here and watch the 2 new videos here. And yeah, we'll see you guys on the next one.